Hello. So I wanted to show you a very nice market setup, and also um, something really interesting and how you can trade it, right? So this is a price action from you can see this from the 16th of March 2023. So based on price action, you can see at this point here that we had a sweep of liquidity, right? So this low was taken, wasn't really taken out, okay, by this by this push downwards. We left this week, and then price pulled out, so giving us a sweep of liquidity, giving us leading to a chalk, right? Clearly, as you can see there. And then we had all of this price action as at around Asia session. Price was sort of just consolidating, and then we had this push to the upside at around 9:15 on Thursday, the 16th, right? So we had that, and then price returned, reacted to this area here, but failed to break this high. And then news came out. We had about 3 major news events, high impact news that came out, and then pushed price back down into this this flip zone that was created after this sweep of liquidity and this chalk. So into the sweep zone, as you can see here, sweeping all the liquidity line below this area, right? Because a lot of traders would have been selling, buying rather than buying, and buying, London open, buying, and all of that, anticipating that this house is going to be taken off. So price swept all of that liquidity, giving us this nice sweep zone. Right now we have a sweep zone here, as you can see. Now, if we look at this closely, you just see here that a very nice pattern, was formed. So if I just take this tool here and I just draw this so you can see clearly how this, was formed. So we had all of this, high, lows, just internal stuff happening around here. Nothing much, just dancing. Of course, the news was coming out. So we had, this, all of this, volatility around here. And then we made a low, leaving a giant wick. That low leading to this high, internal high. You can see that was now taken. Right, and then price pull back again. We had a chalk already in the 15 minutes. You can see that clearly. And then price pull back into this demand area, this sweep zone that swept all of this liquidity around this area. And then that led to price returning here, then flipping. Okay, supply was holding, so supply pushed price down, and then supply eventually failed because demand took over and pushed price above. Now clearing, giving us another change of character or another break of structure, right, which is an eyeballs, right? So with that, price after doing that returned into this flip zone. Okay, so yes, as I was saying, so price returned into this flip zone, and from this flip zone we had, you can see this. So price reacted to this area, and from here price now took off, to take out this high. But now, what I really want to show you is first off the pattern, and then I'm going to show you the entry in the 1 minute. So you can see here, if I just take this pattern out, let's just see this. Let's just isolate this, right? And then we had this as a separate one. Okay, so let's just draw this pattern, on its by itself. Okay, so you see here we had this type of consolidation, and then we had, this sweep zone that was created when news came out and swept all of this lows, all of this area, all the liquidity line around this area, and after that we had this first chalk. You can see that there, right? So we had this first chalk. Okay, and after the first chalk, what happens next? We had the next one. Okay, that happened. You can see that, right? So you can see that this, eventually led to an eyeballs. You can see that clearly. So with that, this was actually a flip. So this price, returned, came into this area, failed to take out, of course, this high, flipped before we had that break of structure, right? So we had, a chalk first, and then following the chalk, we then had a break of structure, right? So we had that. So with that break of structure, we now know that we have now a flip zone around here. So price then returned into this flip zone. Use the rectangle tool. So price then returned into this flip zone. Sorry, price returned into this flip zone here before we had price move up to take out the previous high, right? So nice price action. Now let's see how price reacted when price returned into this flip zone. Our expectation would be that we're going to get that continuation. So let's see how that played out in the 1 minute around here, right? Now if you investigate the 1 minute, let's go to the 1 minute chart. So this was around here. Okay, so you could see here that clearly price returned after the chalk. Okay, and after the chalk, and then the chalk also leading to an eyeballs, which was this area around here. Price returned into flip zone, and you could see demand chain actually building up around here. So price sort of respected this this demand zone around here, and then from here we had that push that led to the eyeballs, and then price returns into that area, and then when price returned into that area, mitigated it, and then we had this price action here. As you can see clearly, a high was made, pulled back, tried to take out this high, failed to do so, a flip, right? So price tried to move up again, and we had another second flip anyway. Sorry, that's too close, but you get the gist. So after that flip, we then had this candle that took out this high, as you can see, and our expectation will now be that price will pull back in, tap us in, and continue and take out this high at minimum. And that was exactly what happened, right? So place our entry here at the 50% of the fib tool. Can decide to place our stop around here, but that will be too aggressive, right? So we have all of these lows around here, so it's just safe, to just put our stop loss, just around that area, okay? So that if price even pulls back, at least we have a lot of breathing space. So with that, we can then target, this high around here, right? And that is it now, because we know that, there's a lot of, the market sold off rapidly yesterday. We can decide to target even higher, whatever, right? So, and that eventually will play out. So 1 to 10, and that eventually played out. You see that? Of course, most likely partials would have been taken at different points, but you get the gist. So this is basically it. Okay, so I believe you're taking a ton of value from this. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button right away. Okay, I'll be sharing a lot of helpful resources like this for you on the YouTube page. So support the page so that other people will also benefit from the knowledge being shared on this page. So thank you so much for listening, and do enjoy your day. Bye.